So I've been watching Taxi for a few weeks during like my lunch breaks. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, the old Judd Hirsch, Danny DeVito sitcom, Jim Brooks.
yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Not the Queen Latifah Jimmy Fallon remake of it.
No. So, you mean the remake of the French film directed by Luc Besson? That is funny in a French way.
I've never seen it, so I had assumed that it was a remake of the classic sitcom.
Did they film that in Phoenix? That Jimmy Fallon remake?
The thing that I never saw?
The thing that you never saw?
I have no idea. I never saw it.
I thought they filmed it at the Speedway. I saw some piece of articles saying movies filmed in Arizona. I think that was one of them.
Okay. Well, I didn't read that article. And I didn't see the movie, so.
Well, I mean, I would have thought there would have been an announcement because there was a queen in town. Queen Latifah. Mm-hmm. And when royalty comes to visit, you pay her the attention that she so richly deserves.
Yeah, no, I didn't get the proclamation.
Oh, you didn't get the proclamation on her visit?
No.
God, Phoenix says it's all wrong.
Yeah.
No, but I've been watching the the 70s, early 80s show with Danny DeVito, and I have to watch them on Hulu.
Okay. So you're getting all the commercials and everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've seen a lot of Goldberg and Osborne commercials. So that is now plugged, guys.
No, it is not.
Goldberg and Osborne will not be sponsoring our show. And my
hey,
wife,
if they want to. But yeah.
My wife, who's a medical illustrator, they have these cheesy drawings of things that happen when you're injured.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, that's not accurate. Like, who did they get for these?
Bunch of hacks.
Yeah.
Very clearly. Yeah.
But, so I've been enjoying it. Mm-hmm. The thing that kind of makes me sad when watching it, probably the one thing, is that I really like Jeff Conaway, but I know he hasn't been doing so well in the last 10, 15 years because of drug and alcohol addiction. Mm. And I just hate seeing someone who's gone through so much, who had so much talent back in that day, and you see him on some VH1 reality show 20 years later. I think he at one point he's been in a wheelchair. Isn't he? He may have even passed away.
Wow,
I know. But yeah, that makes me sad, and it's also cool to see Andy Kaufman, even though his character is clearly 40 years not woke.
Laka,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're ever mean. But it's not a caricature.
Well, he's
fly now.
No, I would say probably not. He's ambiguously ethnic, right? And
Yeah.
It just I always wonder about that sort of thing, how Andy Kaufman, if he had stuck around, would have evolved, as far as, or any of those guys, if Lenny Bruce had been around, if even somebody more contemporary like Bill Hicks had stuck around.
Oh yeah, or Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah, sure.
My father-in-law likes Mitch Hedberg.
I walked into a Target. They asked if I needed any help with anything, and I said no, just practicing.
There's one that my father-in-law knows by heart. Mm-hmm. I think it has to do with donuts. Getting donuts or something. I know I've heard it twice, and I think it's freaking hilarious.
It's just the stuff to me still holds up. How did the whole thing about how an escalator can't be out of order? It's just stairs at that point. Sorry, temporarily stairs. Sorry for the inconvenience. Or no, what does it say? Temporarily stairs. Sorry for the convenience. That's what it is.
That's good. But I was watching it today during lunch, and
Taxi, not Mitch Hedberg.
Taxi, not Mitch Hedberg.
Should we introduce the show?
Yeah.
Before we get too far into it?
Yeah, before I go on my rant. And
This is What the Fork. I'm Jared.
I'm Jason.
You can follow us at Jason E. Kyle.
And at LTD_engagement on the Twitters. Mm-hmm. And remove the underscore for your Instagrams.
Yes, that is correct. You are consistent across all platforms.
I am, because there's no one else like me.
Yeah, and it's Keil.
Yes. So for those of you listening, Tyler.
That was fun. Yeah, that was pretty funny. It's like I learned so much from these podcasts. Like, it's pronounced Kyle.
By the way, have you been following his Disneyland?
A little bit. I saw a little bit of his drunk adventure. Yeah.
I took Beckett, my 3-year-old, to a Mercury game. Mm-hmm. Because it was like a camp day. Mm-hmm. And I've told the story on Twitter, but no one reads it, so I guess I can tell it here too.
Sure.
Because so it's been about, the game's been going on for about half an hour. Mm-hmm. And it's loud, and it's about nap time, and he doesn't like. He's just not into it. He wants to go someplace quieter.
I could sympathize. I'm like, if things are loud and it's around my nap time, I'm ready to go.
And to make matters worse, like it's all kids.
Yeah.
So they're like, when they yell defense, it's a very high pitch.
Oh sure, yeah.
So, I say that we'll go someplace quiet. Mm-hmm. We knew someone who had a luxury suite, thank God, where it was a little quieter. Mm-hmm. So we walked up, and then their mascot, Scorch, who's like a purple rhino dino thingy.
Sure.
He has a horn, so he's a rhino, yet, I don't know, he's kind of like if a rhino and a dinosaur had a baby, you got Scorch. So I'm really happy, because I'm like, oh, this is like, he's called some attention to him throughout the day when, like, there's a, purple rhino dino thing he named Scorch. And so he comes down the aisle as we're walking up, and I go, hey, Beckett, it's Scorch. And he stops, and he says, and he waves. He doesn't talk, because, I don't know, mascots don't talk.
Sure.
And Scorch gets the high five going, and my son leaves him hanging.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
He burned Scorch.
He burned. Well done, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm on it. I don't know how, but... Yeah.
So, and throughout the rest of the day, and even into the evening, he is kind of upset that he left Scorch hanging.
Aww.
Even to the point where, like, he's in bed, and we're talking. He's like, "Daddy, did I make Scorch mad?" I'm like, I'm like, no, he's okay. I think he understood. Like, can I go back? Can I give him a high five?
Not that Scorch is crying somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, Scorch is. You should teach your son to write an apology letter.
Well, I kind of I reached out to the Mercury on Twitter, and I said he feels really bad. He'd like to, come back and
sure
give him a high five, and but I don't know if I don't know if I'd ever want to take him at least another year, just because he down on the floor. We had really good seats. This is all through his daycare. It was really great, but I mean but it's just loud, and he doesn't like loud.
Yeah.
So, like I said, one of his classmates works for SRP. His parents do.
That would be pretty sweet if his classmate worked for SRP. Yeah. That actually might explain a lot.
3 years old. 3 years old, and I mean, got the luxury suite.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey.
Youngest millionaire right here.
There you go.
So he kind of spent the rest of the game running up and down the luxury suite hallway while I chased him and saw none of the game.
Gotcha.
Which was fine, because he was actually happy.
Well, that's good.
So, but we're sorry, Scorch. That's my public apology.
There you go. But back to Taxi. You were saying, oh, well, should we probably say that it's at What the Fork Pod?
Yes. So at What the Fork Pod on the Twitter and the Instagrams. I've been pretty bad at updating the Instagrams
I've
lately.
been pretty bad at doing the Twitter. So
social media.
But our listeners are there regardless. They haven't let us down. And if you want to go ahead and recommend this show to friends or give it a rating or a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, everybody. So back to Taxi. So I'm watching today, and I see our good friend, Sean, Mark Evan Jackson, I believe.
Oh, yes.
The host of
the legitimate podcast?
Of a podcast that shall not be named. Which, if you go on Apple Podcasts and look up our podcast, there are recommendations for at least two other Good Place podcasts. Good Place podcasts.
Yeah.
One is unofficial. One is the official one.
Huh.
So we need to destroy them.
Are we recommended if you go search for the other ones?
I don't know.
That would be good to find out.
I'll find out, but I know, but I don't know if you also heard, but Apple is also starting to pay people for podcasting.
No kidding.
Yeah, so I think
we are not going to be those people. But
hey, I think if you give them a pitch, maybe we can get some. I don't know. Maybe we can get some of that sweet Apple money.
Some of that.
Who and Wild can
There we go.
Yeah.
That's what would help us out
What's
if
that?
listeners gave us ratings on Apple Podcasts.
Well, I think we're up to 10 now.
Are we? That's cool.
All fives.
Hey, sweet.
So, but you know what? We need more.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
we could always use more.
Yeah. So, but our boy or our rival, is now doing commercials for AT&T.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Huh.
So the commercial's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it got me thinking.
Is it as good as the Paul Reiser AT&T commercials?
I don't
the 90s?
I don't remember those.
You don't remember those?
I don't remember those. So I think that's the part of Reiser. That's the block of time I've blocked out in Reiser. Because I'm sure it was during the heyday of a certain show.
You mean one of the best sitcoms of all time?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Dude, My Two Dads will never ever be the best sitcom of all time.
Let's not get into this. All right. It's and we know that Mad About You is one of it's a beloved show for terrific reasons. I actually watched. I even watched As Good as It Gets the other day. Yeah,
with Helen Hunt, and the thing that I enjoy about or I think is funny about that movie, and in fact that's not funny, is that for the first half an hour of that movie, Jack Nicholson's character is a sexist, racist, bigoted man,
homophobic
too. Yeah, very homophobic. And then at the end of the movie, we all love him.
Well, I guess that's an interesting thing, right? So, I don't think I really examined it that way at the time, but it's sort of a model for how somebody can become woke, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could blame it on the OCD.
You can. Some general closed-mindedness, though. Yeah.
But, I mean, OCD doesn't make you racist or sexist or homophobic.
No?
No. But, I mean, it all changed when you got that dog.
Yeah.
So I think I think dogs make you woke.
Yeah, I don't think cats probably do. I think cats are more likely to fuel your hatred for other people.
Yeah. So dogs make you woke. Cats make you less so.
If you're already of the disposition, such as I am, that people are the worst, then a cat's going to be like, yeah, you're right. They are. They're terrible.
Yep. Because a cat will never disagree with you, never confront you.
They will.
They
will. But they'll also be like, but you're pretty bad too. But you better fucking pet me.